Hi and welcome back to another IELTS speaking mock test video. I'm Harshit and today we got Ulugbek from Uzbekistan. And before we get started, let me know where you're from and when your exam is. Now, let's start the mock test.
Hi, my name is Harshit and I'll be your mock examiner for today. Could you please
Mhm.
tell me your full name?
Yeah, my full name is Ulugbek Yuldashev, and you can just call me with my first name, Ulugbek.
Okay, Ulugbek. Where are you from?
I'm from Uzbekistan, which is beautiful and culture-rich country located in Central Asia.
Mhm. What do you like the most about Uzbekistan?
So the thing that I like most about my country would be its ancient cities like Samarkand, Hiva, and Bukhara. So yeah,
Mhm. Okay, do you work or study?
currently I'm a student. I study at high school, which is located in my local area, and I've been studying at this school around 6 years because my previous school was in Russia.
Okay, so do you know Russian also?
Yep.
Mhm. Okay, so do you think you'll learn more about Russian language in the future?
Yeah, in the future, I study Russian not because I need it, but because it helps me to enter to get into the university. So that's why just I should study this language too.
Mhm. Like, now let's talk about technology. Okay, so
hmm
what kind of technology do you use every day?
So on a daily basis, I use gadgets like my phone, tablet, or a laptop because I mostly use them for my studies.
Which is your favorite gadget?
My favorite gadget would be my mobile phone because it's with me every time that I need it and I can use it. So yeah, it would be my mobile phone.
Okay. Do you use technology more for your studies or for spending free time?
It really depends. So if it's weekend, let's say I spend technology mostly for just relaxation. But if it's the weekdays in which I had to study, I use it for mostly for my studies.
What's one electronic device you can't live without?
Um, Electronic device that I can't live without would be, I think, my laptop. So because my laptop is just a mini laptop, so it's easy to carry. So that's why it's much convenient to use it at every time you want. So and it really helps me to write some essays and kind of stuff.
Okay, now let's talk about social media. Do you use social media apps or websites?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Do you use any social media apps?
Yeah, sure. So as we live in modern life, just we had to use apps, social media apps. So it would be Instagram and Telegram. So I mostly use them for just entertainment and yeah.
Which is your favorite social media app?
My favorite social media app would be Instagram, right? So because it helps me to just relax and just scroll up some reels. So yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Are there any disadvantages on this, Instagram, using Instagram?
Yeah. So this Instagram, we kind of hooked on to the Instagram if we just use it a lot. So that's why it would be the thing that is lacks for Instagram. So that's why it's. I think it's just the bad part of it. Instagram, just we use it a lot. We just can't stop ourselves just from that scrolling.
Why do you think that we aren't able to stop scrolling?
Um, we kind of addicted, so we can scroll again and again. So it just something that we can't stop doing.
Okay. All right. So, do you think you will use social media less in the future, or do you think you will use it more?
So as everything gets better, I think in the future I'll use social media more compared to now because as we live in technology era, it's just important as water. So that's why, yeah, I think I'll use
Mhm.
more.
All right. So our part one is over. Now let's move on to part two of the speaking test. Now I'm gonna give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for
Mm-hmm.
1 to 2 minutes. And before you speak, I'll be giving you 1 minute time to think about what you're gonna say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Okay, so
Okay.
here's your topic. I want you to talk about a piece of technology you own that you find very useful. Your 1 minute time for preparation starts now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
1 minute later.
All right, you can start speaking now. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, and I'll tell you when the time's up. Okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I would like to talk about the piece of technology that I have and I found it very useful. So it would be my mobile phone that I use on a daily basis. So I remember that, like yesterday, that I received my phone from my aunt on my last birthday. So it was a mobile phone with Apple, so model 14 Pro Max. So I received it from my aunt, and since then I've been using that. So I mostly use my mobile phone for entertainment and to be in touch with my family members. So as I live far away from them because of my studies, so I mostly use it to be in touch with my family members. So and not just for just talking, and moreover, it really helps me to boost my language skills. So as a student, I study two languages, which are Russian and English. So and that's why I need them to I need my phone to help me with that. So and mostly I use two apps through my mobile phone. It's Lisa and Cambridge Dictionary. So and it really helps me to enhance my language skills. So and not just for studying, and here and I play some games through my mobile phone. So it would be video games like PUBG and eFootball. So yeah, I use it for everything, for just talking to my parents through social media, and for studies, and just for entertainment. So yeah, and I found it that really useful, and I can't imagine my life without my that device, without my phone, because as we live in tech era, it's really important to even possess one mobile phone to use that. So yeah.
Mhm. Okay, fine. All right, so I'll be asking you a few follow-up questions, okay?
Hmm.
All right. So, how long do you use this mobile phone for playing video games?
um I have been playing a video games for almost 1 year. So it's a game known as PUBG, and I'm kind of addicted to this game, and I'm trying to stop playing this game these
Why
days
are okay? So, why are you trying to stop playing this game?
because it's really affecting me in the way I study. So I can just I can't hold myself back from playing this game.
Hmm. Okay, so what about your friends? Do they also feel the same?
Yeah, yeah. It's a kind of team game that we play together. So that's
Mhm.
why they kind of call me just Ulugbek, enter this game. I would like to play with you. So yeah.
Yeah, I can really relate. Anyhow, now let's talk more about technology. Okay,
Hmm.
so how has technology made everyday life easier?
So I can say that it made it easier. So by providing us with devices, so which we can use in order to be in touch with our family members. So that might be the people who live far away from their parents, right? So and by creating the mobile phones like phones, we can be in touch. We can be in contact with them at every time we want. So yeah.
Okay, do you think people depend too much on technology these days?
Dependent. Could you repeat?
Yeah, do you think people depend too much on technology these days?
Depend, right?
Yeah, depend.
Uh-huh. Yes, for sure. Because our life is with technology, so that's why it's important to use. It's important to be dependent on technology, to be related to technology, because um, everything is being done with technology right now, even in studies, even in working. So yeah.
Okay. So other things that technology cannot replace.
Mm. Things that technology can't replace. So I think it's jobs, right? So even though we have robots that can replace humans, I don't think that can replace the specific types of jobs, right? Right. Let's say they can replace teachers, right? But they can't replace people who works for the government, like for FBI, prosecutors, lawyers. But in some cases, they can replace lawyers too with rights, with constitutions. But I don't think so. That can argue with that judge in the court, like the people, like people. So yeah.
Okay, fine. Now let's talk more about this, maybe technology in education, since you mentioned about teachers. So how
Mhm.
has technology changed education?
So I can just say that it made it more easier because as a student, I use technology for my studies, and it plays a pivotal role on. It plays a pivotal role, and it really helps me to do my studies in a comfortable way. To
Mhm.
study. I mean,
Like how?
like so there are apps. So I use mostly for writing, for essays. So it's a Quillbot that helps me to check my essays and grammars.
Mhm. Okay, other than that, how has technology changed the way we learn?
We learn.
Other than that, how has
Mm-hmm.
technology changed the way we learn?
Mm.
Uh,
So technology created ebooks, right? So, and I can say that there might be people who is kind of lazy and who don't want to study, don't want to read books, but that ebooks can be helpful for them. Just they just listen to it, and it's yeah. I think it's the way that technology created.
Okay. Like so about technologies or what type of technologies do you think we will use more in the future?
So the type of technology, right? So I think it's devices for sure because we can imagine our life without devices, without mobile phones, computers. We live in Comp 8, so that's why in the future too we will need these types of technologies like devices.
Can you tell me about these devices? What kind of technology you're talking about?
Yep. I'm talking about phones and laptops. So it's an innovation, so which can really be helpful to use in the future and now
Why do
too.
you think it's an innovation?
It's not innovation, but it was innovation at past times, but it's not now. So yeah, innovation. I can say that when invite new types, new modes of mobile phones and laptops. Like Apple creates every year a new type of new model of phones.
Okay, so let's talk about Apple. So even though most of the iPhones look similar, why do you think many Apple users purchase a new model or the latest model, even though they have purchased the most recent one, maybe last year? Why do many Apple fans do
Mm.
that? Hmm.
Um, Maybe reputation plays a role. There might be people who are too rich, and if they afford to buy a new one, so they just purchase new one and just use it. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Ulugbek, your test is over.
So okay, thank you. That was great.
How was it? How was your performance?
So I think it was good till this part three.
Yeah.
Part
But
three questions were kind of. I was not ready for that type of questions.
Yeah, you were struggling a bit. You need to work on your part three. And I was a bit annoying, I know, like I was interrupting in between and asking those questions. So you can
No,
expect the
no.
same. Okay. Otherwise, you spoke
Mm-hmm.
well. I did really enjoyed listening to your answers, especially in part one and three. But in part two, I had fun, but you didn't. That is the okay. Overall, you performed well. I like it. Okay.
And thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. So, see you next time. Bye bye.
That's all about Ulugbek's IELTS speaking mock test. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. And he answered pretty well. What band score do you think he deserves? Write down in the comments. Now you'll be wondering how to participate. All you need to do is to text me on WhatsApp. Otherwise, simply join my Telegram channel and text me personally, and we can get started. All right. Other than these speaking mock tests that I conduct, I provide classes for IELTS, CELPIP, PTE, OET, and any other English proficiency test. So if you're interested to join my classes, contact me on WhatsApp or Telegram, or you can contact me on mail. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be releasing his feedback video real soon. Till then, stay tuned and don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. Bye bye. See you with the next one.